The Great Fire of Meireki, also known as Furisode Fire, is one of the deadliest fire outbreaks that destroyed 60 to 70% of Japanese capital city of Edo, now known as Tokyo, on March 2, 1657, the third year of the Meireki Imperial era. One of the greatest disasters in Japanese history, the death and destruction incurred by the Meireki fire was nearly comparable to that suffered in 1923 Great Kantō earthquake and the 1945 bombing of Tokyo in World War II. The fire lasted for 3 days and it is estimated to have claimed over 1 lakh lives. The fire was said to have been started accidentally by a priest who was cremating an allegedly cursed kimono. This kimono had been owed in succession by 3 teenage girls who all died before ever being able to wear it. When the garment was being burned, a large gust of wind fanned the flames, causing the wooden temple to ignite. The fire began on the 18th day of the year in Edo, Hongo district and spread quickly through the city due to hurricane force winds which were blowing from northwest. Edo, like most Japanese cities and towns at the time and like most those in mainland East Asia, was built primarily from wood and paper. The building was specially dried due to a drought that hit the city previous year, and the roads and other open spaces between buildings were small and narrow, allowing the fire to spread and grow particularly very quickly. Though Edo had a designated fire brigade known as the Hikashi, but it had been established only 21 years earlier and was simply not large enough, experienced enough or well equipped enough to face such a conflagration. On the second evening, the winds changed and the fire was pushed from the southern edges of the city back towards its center. Ultimately, the main castle was saved, but most of the outer building and all of the retainers and servants' homes were destroyed. Finally, on the third day, the winds died down, as did the flames, but thick smoke prevented movements about the city, removal of bodies, and reconstruction for several days further. 6 days after the fire began, monks and others began to transport the bodies of those killed down to the eastern side of the Sumida River. Reconstruction effort took 2 years as the authorities took the opportunity to reorganize the city according to various practical considerations. Streets were widened and some districts replanned and reorganized. Special care was taken to restore Edo's mercantile center, thus protecting and boosting to some extent the overall national economy. The area around the castle, as it was restored, was reorganized to leave greater spaces to act as fire breaks. Some homes were moved further from the castle and a number of temples and shrines were relocated to the banks of the river.